morning everyone, and welcome to your weekly posture alignment session with me, Jo Andrews, coming to you from the Lake District. It's kind of sunny and then the sun keeps going in, so you have to bear with the lighting this morning. And also I've got various pets joining me, so there's pet blankets all over the place, but that's all good. It's nice to have their company today. Do let me know where you're joining me from. I'm not sure whether the Facebook comment are connecting, however somebody seems to be connecting with me. That's the village hall, so let us know if you're joining us. There's always somebody there in the background to welcome you in. And today you can see that I am working from a chair. So often, you know, I go away from our sessions and I think, well, it's great if you can get up and down off the floor okay, but if you can't, then maybe you're missing out a little bit on some of the work that we can do together. And for those of you who are able to get up and down from the floor fine, this is still a fantastic alignment session for you today. In between me, I was away last week having a little Easter break with the family, and I had a couple of private messages from Village Hall users here to say how often should I do these sessions, you know, to get the best result. What I would say to you is, and I do try and say it at the end of my sessions, but it's always a good little reminder, is to maybe aim for 3 times a week minimum. So what we're doing in these sessions is we're trying to change movement patterns and habits. So if you've developed an imbalance over a long period of time, then it makes sense that it's going to take a little while for your body to relearn how to move well and correctly, and also to kind of get strong again in the way that it is designed to move. So our body is designed to be working beautifully, but of course over time and activities that we do, maybe injuries that we've had, age, etc., our bodies gather what we call compensations, and they try to adapt to the movements that we ask it to do. And some of the movements that we're asking it to do, you know, aren't as big or as bold as maybe we did when we were a lot younger. I'm thinking of when we were a child and we were swinging from the monkey bars and our shoulders were working brilliantly. And we just, as we kind of life goes on, maybe we do less and less of those movements. So we're trying to restore correct movement, restore good function of those the muscles that move your bones, and also to give you a more upright posture, which will help the systems within your body work in a balanced way. And we're thinking about breathing. Hi Sue. We're breathing about the respiratory system, circulatory system, your endocrine system, your digestive system, those inner systems that were. Hiya Claire, good to have you with us this morning from Devon, we've got Sue from the Midlands. To have those systems work well, they need the space to move and function correctly within your body. So let's grab our chair, grab a cushion. It's all you're going to need today, and this little bit of time, it's about 25 minutes of a session this morning, to get you feeling a little bit more balanced. And always forgot to say that as well, you're always welcome to send those private messages to me. Find me on the internet, or I think we send my little link here, and you're always welcome to join in any of my community classes where they're a little bit longer, more in depth, via Zoom. So I have people zooming in as well as people coming in live into the session. So let's get started. When you're sitting on a chair, just be mindful about how you're sitting. So probably our common sitting position is a little bit under through our pelvis, and maybe a little bit slumped. So you're going to get right to the edge of your chair this morning. And if you're on a sofa or something a little bit lower than a chair like this, then you're going to pop a cushion underneath your bottom to lift you up a little bit. And what we want to do is try and get your hips in line and level with your knees. Then I want you to take a look at your knees and make sure that they are spaced apart. And a rough guide is a fist and a half between your knees. You lean forward, make that measurement. And then what I want you to do with your feet is move them in so that you can feel those fists pressing against one another and that your toes are pointing straight ahead. So you can see now that we are a good hip bone width apart. Okay. This is our lower body starting position. Now we want to affect the way our upper body is positioned by a simple tip of the pelvis. So all you're going to do is hold on to your hips and tip your hips forward, like you're sticking your bottom out. Roll your bottom under, stick your bottom out. I'm getting exaggerated arch in your back. Just do that a couple more times and I'll show you again from the side that we're aiming for. So my measurement there just means I'm on the edge of my seat so my feet are firmly on the ground. I've also got my knees straight with my ankles, I've got to say that. So your feet aren't back like this. You've got these gorgeous L shapes going on. Okay, I've tipped my hips forward, sticking my bottom out, and then I just want to make sure that I'm not leaning forward, that as best as I can gauge it, my shoulders are above my hips. Turn the palms of your hands up just to encourage the shoulders to open up a little bit more. And then relax your belly and your feet. What to think about just in this initial setup. So as you're finding that more of a relaxed state within you, start to find a couple of deep breaths and I'll talk you through just those check-ins with your position. So I just want you to start finding some nice, deep, relaxing breaths. Breathing in, balance. Breathing away, tension and stress. Stress is leaving and it's making space for a nice, balanced, relaxed sensation. Checking through as you find those lovely deep breaths that your toes are pointing straight ahead. Space apart, and are directly above your ankles. That your bottom is sticking out behind you. The way of saying it's tipped. Palms of your hands are up. Your chin is parallel with the ground. So just checking in there. You're not looking to the ceiling and you're not looking down to the floor. And I want you to focus on how well the body can breathe when you're just in this more upright and open position, especially around the lungs and the ribs. I'm going to join you for 3 more deep breaths. And make that your last one. And then just let your breath take care of itself, which it does all day, every day for us anyway. And then I just want you to think about this junction of your hips. So pop your hands onto your hip bones. And keeping your feet and knees, all of that lovely good stuff that we've got well positioned in the lower part of the body, just want you to roll your hips under and tip your hips back. So rather than sticking your bottom out, it's going to roll under and tip away. We're just going to use this movement as your central moving part, if you like. I'm not going to do anything with my shoulders. I'm going to let my torso follow the hip under and tipping away. So I'm just rolling under and tipping away. Keep going, doing great. I'll show you again from the side. It's a common mistake here when our hips aren't functioning well is we compensate with our chest. We think, oh, I do this, round, and puff out. Oh, that's great, my hips are moving, but you can see mine are moving very little. when I'm doing that. So it's coming from your hips. My lower back feels quite stiff this morning, so it's going to be really nice to get that balance. And once you're happy, you're rolling through those seated pelvic tilts. Just bring your arms back, arms up. 5, 4. Thinking about here, the space you are making for your digestive system, into your last one, and also the stimulus that you're bringing into that whole abdominal area, as well as, of course, the muscles and position. And relax, but keep your hips tipped forward or bottom sticking out. Okay, from here, we're going to start to incorporate a little bit of shoulder position. Just check that you're not doing that. I am leaning forward, bad me. That your body is nice and evenly spread over each cheek. Relax your arms by the side. I want you to work with your breath and your shoulder movement on this next exercise. So you're just going to lift up, breathing in. Nice straight elbows. Just as far as they'll go. So I don't want to cheat by dropping my elbows, bending my elbows, and I don't want to get this sort of overextension in my spine. So I'm just going to bring it up, breathe in. Breathe in. My hips are tipped back, bottom sticking out through the hole. And breathe in. So your pace of breath, and I'm talking, so I'm not quite aware of how long my breath lasts when I'm not talking. So I just want you to follow your breath. Lightly, it's going to be slower than my pace of movement. So I'm just going to breathe in. As I reach to the ceiling, my shoulders are relaxed. I'm enjoying the pause, and I'm going to do a nice, long, full exhale out. And this is not nothing. It really is something. So what we're doing here is we are getting your shoulders and your hips to talk to one another. And every time you put our body in a position, your muscles are having to hold your body in that shape. So they're working hard to keep you nice and upright, to support the spine correctly. And when we do this, because the body is designed to work, to function in a certain way, the body's going to really like this. And it's going to want to do it more, and particularly when we include this breath. Body's long to get good breaths in, good oxygen in. Your body's going to like that. I can actually feel my arms starting to ache a little bit around my shoulders, and actually my upper arms. And of course, if it hurts or it gets a little bit too tiring, then just stop and return back to the breath. And it's my last one. And breathe in. Okay. Next exercise, turn around to be social. Okay. Same position with our feet, everything stays as it is. You're going to bring your elbows in to this kind of like this position, almost like a forward trunk type position. But I've got light fists with my hands. Brilliant. Now you're going to imagine that you're pulling an elastic band towards you. There I go. My elbows are really tucked in. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. And then I'm just going to bring my elbows back to where I started from, glued to my ribs. That's it. So I'm going to squeeze and release. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. Squeeze and release. Keep going. Straight from the side. Squeeze and release. And what's important here to support our alignment is when I'm releasing, what I'm not doing is I'm not letting everything cave forward and reinforcing this bad position. I'm just bringing it back to what I call a neutral position, and then I'm going to squeeze and return to neutral. So I'm saying to my body, strengthen to support the spine. And I can feel some tightness. Maybe you can, maybe you feel different, one side to the other. I'm feeling a lot more tightness and restriction around one shoulder, quite common. Or you may be absolutely even both sides, which is great. What I'm being aware of as I do this is not cheating with my chin. So, what's that mean? Keep going, squeeze shoulder blades together. I want you to be really mindful in how you do this. Pelvis is still tucked away. My chin could be, and my head could be cheating a little bit like this. So I could just be moving a bit and kind of doing it. So you can see that not a lot's going on in my shoulders, but my head and neck are. You don't want to do that. This strengthening of our shoulder blades, this upper thoracic part of our spine, opening and stretching and strengthening will help with our head position. Ultimately, we'll bring everything back a bit. So we want to keep our head nice and straight. 5, 4, remember, elbows return to ribs. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, relax your arms by the side of your body. Next exercise, we're going to do a version of a hip flexor stretch, but on a chair. So again, we're going to come nice and close to the edge of our chair, so our feet can really firmly on the floor. They can be flat on the floor, nice and grounded, and that we've got our knees straight above our ankles. Okay, watch this. So you're going to take any leg, doesn't matter which one, because we're going to time it on each side. I'm just checking in on the time. You're just going to bring one leg back. So can you see my other leg gives me this really nice support? It's an L shape. I'm going to tip my hips forward. Careful that you don't slide off the edge of your chair. And I'm just giving this leg that I've taken underneath my chair the opportunity to relax and stretch a little bit and lengthen in that hip flexor. So I don't want to go so far back that I feel like I'm going to slide off the chair. I want to have my pelvic tipped, tilted back, bottom sticking out, top of my foot on the floor. It doesn't need to be extreme, it can be just be there, just to where you feel comfortable, and then your arms are by the side, you put your chin parallel to the ground. So this leg that is supporting you, if you like, the one that's in our good L-shaped position, just checking your time. It's working. I can feel it working to keep me balanced. I want to really think about relaxing the leg that I've got tucked under the chair or by the side of the chair. Nice, easy breaths. And if you've not got space underneath your chair, you could shuffle to the edge of your chair. A little bit more tricky, especially I've got a bumper chair here, and have that leg dropped to the side and off the side of your chair. Okay, so find a way of making whatever equipment you've got for you work. And when you're ready to, let's change to the other side. So same thing. Starting off with good seated posture. So you've got dark again. Something's gone in. I'm on my other leg. My ankle's directly underneath my knee. Got a nice L shape in my supporting leg. And my other leg is having a stretch. I got right on the edge of my chair. Feel nice and secure. This leg is supporting me. Relax, pelvis is tipped away. That's going to affect the position of my shoulders. So I'm tipping the hips forward, or my bottom sticking out. Another way of thinking about it, arms are relaxed by the side of my body. So if, for example, on this hip flexor stretch, I hadn't tipped my hips away, what would be happening now would be my shoulders would be rounding forward and my hip flexor would be shortening. Okay, so I want to stay nicely tipped away. Once you're happy and you feel secure, then you're good to relax, because it does feel a little bit like, woo, don't want to fall off that chair. But it's a really lovely way of doing this work, coming from a different angle. So still reinforcing good movement patterns. You know, we do spend a lot of time sitting down, more than our ancestors would. Our body is designed to be moving and moving around. So when we sit down, a lot of things switch off. And this is a way of reawakening those muscles that sometimes switch off when we're in a seated position. So, you know, you can practice any one of these exercises. And relax. Brilliant. Come back onto your chair, sitting right at the edge, so you get a nice firm grounded sensation in the feet. Knees above ankles, feet pointing straight ahead. Get hold of those hips again and tip your hips forward. So we're going to aim for a seated twist. So what I want to do here is keep my knees pointing forwards, and I'm just going to twist the top part of my body. So I want both cheeks, both sit bones staying on the chair. We're not going to let our knees come into the middle. Okay, so they're going to stay where they are. You're just going to turn to the side. So I've tipped forward. I've made space here in the middle part of my body to just twist to one side. Now, sometimes helps. I'm looking to my right to bring my left arm across to the outside of my right thigh. But what I don't want to do is lose that connection through the sit bones. Don't want to lean off my bottom. And I also don't want to pull that right leg into the middle. My right arm is either just relaxed, or it can maybe hold onto the chair, the seated part of the chair. We're not compromising our shoulder position. Sitting up nice and tall, length in the spine, hips tipped forwards, sticky out bottom, finding your breath. Twists in particular are great for the spine and also brilliant for your digestive system. We're kind of bringing out the body. Thinking tall and long, nice big cleansing breaths. Trying to relax the shoulders, the jaw. Big breath. And exhaling to come back round to the middle. Now I could hear lots of little creaky, clunky stuff going on when I was doing that twist. And you may be experiencing that too, or maybe cramps or stretches, tingles, that kind of thing. And all of that is quite common, absolutely fine to be experiencing in this session. Let's have a go with the other side. So I'm tipping my hips forward first, nice and tall. I'm going to twist to the other side. So I'm looking left, my right hand's coming across the outer thigh. I'm not dragging the thigh. And I'm holding on to the seat if I want to. Oops, there's another little clunk, you might have heard that. And I'm trying to keep my weight even over both sides. Now, I can feel, for me, that this is a slightly different side on this side. My body wanting to go forward. I'm not going to let it. I'm going to keep my weight nice and even. Best as I can feel it. And I'm going to think about nice big breaths. Relaxing the shoulders. Finding that twist from underneath your ribs rather than anywhere else. Checking in with your feet, your knee position. Anybody else feel one side is different to the other? I really feel like my body is leaning away a little bit this morning. where it's really good to practice. I can tell I've had a week off. Nice easy breathing. And returning back to the middle. Okay, grab that cushion. I've got a couple of cushions here because I think one's not going to be quite enough for me this morning. You could, if you've got a yoga block, use that, or actually that's going to work quite well. I've folded my cushion in half. I could, if it just wasn't enough, have 2 cushions. I'm going to go for that. And you want to have enough resistance there, enough chunk of a cushion or whatever it is you're using, so that when I press in, can you see my knees cannot touch one another? So grab an extra cushion if you need it. It will make all the difference to how your body responds to this exercise. Brilliant. Toes pointing straight ahead again. Fantastic. Knees above your ankles. Tip your hips forward, and we are ready to go. Palms up. Back to your hands on your thighs, and you're just going to press and release that cushion. Press and release. Keep going. Press and release. Show you from the side. Press. Press and release. That's checking in that your hips are tipped forward like you took a big bowl of water. Press and release. Press. Press and release. And press. Release. Press. Press. Release. Press. Keep going, team. Press and release. Press. Release. Press. Try and keep the spread of your feet, the contact, the soles of your feet, nice and even on the ground. And you'll know if I've just said that to you, I don't know what on earth what you mean. You're probably doing it right. If you're thinking, I'm doing that, I'm rolling, then just make sure that you're not rolling onto the inside or outside edges. Always being kind to yourself in how you're coaching yourself, not getting cross. Just feeling, following, tuning in to your body. 1 more. 3, 2, cushions away. Staying on your seat. Checking in with your form, the way that you set your body up. So all that check, straight ahead with the toes, knees above ankles, knees in line with your hips, feet flat on the floor, tipped hips forward. Brilliant. Last couple of exercises. So you're just going to float your arms up to the sides of your body. Have a little look along and check that as best you can gauge, again, that you're in line with your shoulders. Make a little fist and then stick your thumbs out straight towards me. Bring your arms, nip your shoulder blades slightly together. So it's kind of a bit of an exaggerated puff up of the chest without compromising the position of your shoulders. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Now from here, reach your knuckles out to the side like you're trying to touch a wall on each side. And then circle those straight arms from your shoulder. 1, 2. Bring them forward towards me, towards the direction of your toes. That's it. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Keep going. 21, 22, 23, 24. Hips are tipped. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Last 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave your arms where they are. That's it. And then turn the palms of your hands, the elbow pits, your inner arm up to the ceiling. Keep that fist in your hands. Knit your shoulder blades together again. It's more challenging. Check your whole lower body position. hips tipped, knees above ankles, feet pointed straight ahead, and then you're going to go in a backwards direction from your shoulder, keeping those arms straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Remember, you're going backwards in the direction that your thumbs are pointing. 6, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 more. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Relax the face. 13, 12. Relax your belly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax your arms by the side of your body. Come and stand up. Give yourself a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next Wednesday for some more postural alignment. Take care, everyone. Bye.